I did a service this weekend, and it was for someone who was a Marine, and some of his soldiers, his comrades, his fighting mates were there in uniform, and one of them spoke at the microphone and told story after story, and it went on for a while. But if you want to know an uncomfortable moment for a minister, it's when a Marine is going on a little too long. We had a song we used to sing to calm our nerves. It's sung throughout Unitarian Universalism. You might have heard it. It goes, when I breathe in, do you know the song? I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love. Can we try that? When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When the earth breathes in, she slumbers, she rests, and sleeps, and she dreams. And what was not possible in the past becomes more possible in the present. We grow to a degree that is higher and more noble than we manifest sometimes. A sense of hope grows in deepest darkness. It's becoming real. Life becomes real in deepest darkness, and it is a blessing when it does. Whether that light is hope, or that light is peace, or justice rained down like waters, whether that light is grace, or release, or the gift of life itself, out from deepest darkness, a gentle beauty does emerge. The way it is with us, we live on a tilted earth, spinning on its axis and turning around the sun, and all of our lives are caught up in the mix. Spinning on its axis, this is what gives us night and day. Turning around the sun, these are the 4 seasons of the year, and the tilted earth is what gives us the equinox in the spring and in the fall, and gives us the solstice in summer and in winter. Winter solstice happens 3 days from now. Spinning and turning and spinning, all of our lives are caught up in the mix because life is messy. That's the nature of life. In ministry, I choose words like mysterious rather than messy. I don't like to say messy, but that's the way it is. Life is messy. It's the nature of life. What can I say? It's more romantic, though, for me to talk about mystery, especially in a time of darkness. It helps me to deepen my spiritual journey without getting caught up in the details of life, because it's hard to find hope and peace sometimes. And too often, justice is out of reach. Reflecting on the mystery of it all provides a little release from the challenging things, a little release from the things that sometimes hold us back or weigh us down or create a heavy challenge in our lives. I like the word mystery. It makes for interesting poems, but sometimes it's better and more honest to just be clear, to be less mysterious and just say that life is messy. That's what I really mean when it comes right down to it. So it's less glamorous, but it's a lot more real. Life is messy. It doesn't always make sense. In fact, for extended periods of time, life may not make much sense at all, but it's still so precious. And we are so precious, all of us, without exception, even when it feels like we are lost in the darkness and cannot find our way. The 3 days from now, on December 21st, will be the longest night of the year. It's the day of the year that is most deeply swallowed up by the night. Nighttime is mysterious, but really no more than the day. Nighttime magically hides the messiness of life, so the messy things can drift away from us for a bit, and then just like earth, we slumber and we rest, and we sleep and we dream, and what was possible before what was not possible before slowly becomes more possible. Just adjust to it, I can hear Great Spirit saying. Breathe it in like it's winter's cold. Don't brace against it. Don't fight the weather. Just be wise and brave and prepare for it. It's a gentle voice that I hear saying, whatever may come, you are strong, you are good, you are gorgeous and filled with grace. You are the messiness and you are the mystery and the holy breath of life across the water. Breathe it in and breathe it out. The spirit that I listen to is rather chatty. When I don't listen, and I don't listen sometimes, when I lose my way, then I really need the ones that I love and most deeply care for. One of the things I love about winter solstice is that it reminds us that we really need one another. When my dad was dying years ago, I was in deepest darkness, too deep in the mystery, and for a while I felt like I was losing my way. I felt like I had to watch myself put one foot in front of the other, take one step at a time for a long while. When the darkness, it felt like the darkness would stay and like the sun wouldn't rise in the morning. It felt like the darkness of night in the darkest time of year. And then I heard the wind and I heard the holy breath across the water, and it felt like the gentle voice of God. It wasn't strange. It wasn't odd. In fact, it was very familiar, and it wasn't a voice precisely, it wasn't like in the movies. It was more like a feeling I had in my body. It was more like a way of breathing deeply. It was more like the wind that whispers. Ricky Lee Jones has a poem. She writes, "We will fly way up high where the cold wind blows, or laughing in the sun and having fun with all the people that she knows. And if the situation should keep us separated, I know the world won't fall apart. You will free the beautiful bird that's caught inside your heart. Can't you hear her? She cries so loud and casts her wild note over water and cloud. She sings, you will grow, and until you go, I'll be right there by your side. And even then, just whisper the wind, and she will carry up your ride. In times of darkness, we really need the ones that we love." Last Sunday, I told a little story about a sailboat across the water, and about how I learned to sail when I was a kid with my father on what seemed like the smallest lake in central New Jersey. And I told a story about being in a sailboat that caught the wind surprisingly to leave my friends who were swimming in the distance for a while. Life does that sometimes when the wind catches us. We learn our lessons when we're young, and when we don't, and we may not use them until we're older, but suddenly, perhaps in darkness, the need of them becomes real to us, and there they are, like a candlelight in the darkness, brave, clear, and obvious. The lessons come back to us when we need them, and when we're able, when we're ready, the lessons come back and fill our sails with power and with might, with light that we may have forgotten that we have inside, with light that we may have lost in the darkness. Darkness can be luminous and sacred. Darkness can be overpowering sometimes. No matter how deep the darkness gets, though, it can be pierced by a single flame, a gentle flame that reminds us what's in store. When I breathe in peace, and when I breathe out love. When we breathe, the earth breathes out. She flowers and rises. She wakes, and still she dreams. And what was not possible before becomes newly possible in the present. Joy becomes possible. Peace becomes possible. Love becomes possible. All becomes possible. Hope becomes possible. Hope becomes possible. sometimes we forget about a little light that shines inside of us. And sometimes it's good to remember. One of the ways we remember is by singing. So I want to invite Chloe and the younger ones to give us a little lesson in light.
Can we take our mask?
Yeah.
Next to your sister? You want to do an instrumental verse and then we'll start it?
Nothing brings to light like beauty and love and peace. Thank you. Nothing brings to light like the laughter of children. Nothing brings to light like the joy that you share with them. Let's remember the light that we bring to the world.
We remember
And we always want to write for you to little Lily for joining us. Happy solstice.